Hey guys, welcome to Venture with Joe and Cody. I am Joe Skipper, the owner of Skipper Realty Group, brokered by eXp Realty. Name will be changing soon. We've already talked about that. And Cody Wilhelm with Residential Mortgage. What's up?
How you doing, man?
Good, good. Yeah. As people notice, we are in studio.
We're live,
I guess.
together.
We're in it together. This is weird. Cody and I are still getting a little used to
Yeah.
it. But we wanted to, one, have a chance to be together and be in person and talk about stuff, but also showcase this beautiful new house that you took a tour of privately yesterday.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Dude, it's got a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, the property, what is it, 5 acres?
Just, yeah, over 5 acres. Yeah.
So you got fruit trees, you got tons of stuff.
Yeah.
Covered deck, awesome remodel.
Yeah,
I mean,
awesome remodel.
It's got a little bit of everything. Like we were talking yesterday, there's not really that thing that you're going, oh yeah, but it doesn't have
wish it had this. Yeah.
It kind of checks off a lot of the boxes. I mean, you got a full-on ADU downstairs in the basement. I mean, whole living quarters
Primary
down there.
suite is like a party shower.
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
You're like, is that a closet?
Yeah,
like with water in it?
We should have done this in the shower.
We could have done it in the
we
shower.
could have.
That's true. But no, this home has it all. It's remodeled and everything pretty much from 2022. It's an 80s home, but it's like everything's pretty much brand new. So
yeah,
we wanted
it's pretty sweet.
Wanted to be in here. It's a beautiful location to showcase,
Yeah.
just outside Wilsonville. So we were like, hey, let's take advantage of a beautiful home and
Yeah.
sit here and hang out in person and get
Right?
used to this. And then we'll just get weird again and go back to screens.
It's like we've had a
together.
long distance relationship this whole time, and now we're together.
I know, it's so funny. We've always talked about that. It's like it's weird to, we see each other every single week on camera.
Right.
Like, so it's like normal to see each other, but in person it's like I can actually touch you.
I know.
It's not like I have to touch the screen anymore to get to you.
And the funny thing is we're like 40 minutes away from
I know,
each other.
it's so close. It's surprising how close you are to this house. We're just outside Wilsonville, and you
35 minutes with
That's
traffic,
pretty good.
so not bad at all.
Yeah, I kind of lost track of what we were going to talk about today.
We were going to talk about just the, some of the challenges associated with starting your own business.
Yes.
Whether that be mental, financial, just kind of the risks and challenges associated with starting your own business. Like you're in a position where you really are truly self-employed.
Yeah.
I'm an employee of our company.
Okay.
But I self-source my income.
Okay.
Right? So I'm not self-employed. I'm a W-2 employee, but I have to go out and get my own business.
I was going to ask you about that, but what is that like? So I get the concept of that you have to earn your own business, but is there any benefits to you by being a W-2 with another company? Like, do you get retirement? Do you get, like, how does that all work?
Yeah, so I get medical, dental, I get all the benefits. There's a 401k plan.
And that's paid through the company?
Yep.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
I mean,
that's
I
nice.
pay, obviously, but
yeah,
it's not as if I'm just straight self-employed.
Okay,
so
okay.
I do get all the benefits of being an employee, but we don't have like walk-ins or, branch online
you're doing it
leads
all.
or anything like that.
Everyone you get is you.
Yeah, so from that standpoint, you're self-employed, but you also I don't have to file self-employed taxes. I don't have to do any, a lot of stuff that you do. You have to go out and source your own insurance and everything.
It's fun.
I bet. It sounds
like
great.
As you're talking, I'm like, I should be a lender. Like, I should go get my W-2 or get my health insurance. But
yeah, they do, like on the broker side.
Okay.
Most of them are self-employed
on their own.
Yeah.
But what would you say? Okay, without getting into the weeds, I know we want to stay superficial level, but what would you say is a benefit of a broker versus a lender? Then, like, more freedom? Is that the only thing? Or to kind of, because what, for people that are listening, a broker is more of someone, and correct me if I'm wrong, is someone that can shop lenders for someone. So they're kind of like a middle man, like between the buyer and the lender, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So a broker is really primarily going to be someone like, say your company is ABC Mortgage. That's the brokerage that you work for. Most of them do not have their own in-house. They don't do the processing. They don't do the underwriting.
Okay.
They don't do the loan through their company. They're going to say, all right, cool. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to find the best option for you. And we're going to do the loan through there.
Okay.
So like you said, they're kind of a middleman. Whereas from like my position is like the retail side. So we do just about everything through our company.
Okay.
Same processor, same underwriter, same everything. The loan might be going and getting sold to a different investor, but we do all the stuff in-house. We're not dealing with other companies where we're like chatting with them on what they're doing. It's all internal. So
you could go the route that I'm going and have the stress and get your own insurance and all that stuff if you became a broker.
Yeah.
How do you think about it?
Right? Sounds great.
I guess like I would say, and I'm just playing devil's advocate, I guess the benefit of a broker is that they have more options, I guess. Is that what they generally go for? Is that the broker can kind of look at a bigger sphere of options for a buyer?
Yeah. And it's just like the difference between self-employed. Like you pay for everything. Right? Yeah. All the marketing, all that stuff. If you were, maybe there's other real estate options where some of that stuff is paid for and you just get paid less. Yeah. That's kind of the same difference from our side. All of our marketing, software costs to do the process is all paid for by the company. And then therefore we get paid a little bit less than what a broker would have. They get paid more, but they have to then pay for, the support staff, the software, pulling credit, all those different things. So they have more flexibility because they can kind of choose what they want to do with each scenario. Whereas ours is it's all just part of the package. Yeah. And you just kind of, it's like a plug and play.
Yeah, that's nice. Have you ever thought about going like a broker, or is it like, is it still a thought, or is it like, was it a fleeting thought that you're like, I'm good now?
It was, when we had left,
I don't want your company to watch and be like,
no, I don't think anybody's watching.
You're like, I'll never change. I love where I'm at.
Yeah, we a handful of us in our office before we left Gateway and went to residential. Yeah. We had explored the broker option. Okay. But that was going to be involved with my boss, him kind of being the one that ran everything. So it was like, if you want to do this, like, we're on board to kind of try this out, because none of us had done the broker side. So it was something that we explored when we were kind of trying to figure out where's our next destination. Yeah. But it didn't go. This was also 2022. Yeah. So the market was like, it was not a hot market to begin with. So it's kind of even more what felt like a riskier scenario to go like, all right, the market's cooling off a lot. Yeah. Not a whole lot of transactions happening right now, and we're going to completely change things. Yeah. And there's a lot of upfront cost to do that. Yep. If you just plug into another company, there's not really any cost associated with that. But if you want to open up your own brokerage and the licensing and registration and all that stuff, it's a big investment and risk. But again, you have total control. Like, you run it like it's your own business.
And I think there's pros and cons to that, and that's nice. I would say this isn't a hidden, we're talking about hidden costs for subliminal costs to running their own business. I think the financial thing is a very big thing that I think people don't look at, especially with a family, is you kind of glance over it, but like health insurance, life insurance, retirement, like all that stuff comes out of that's us. Like, and we don't have to put in anything, or we have to put in as much as we want. So it really is something that has to be considered for anyone thinking about doing it out there, is like considering some companies will provide some sort of insurance or something like that as real estate agents. There's not a ton in real estate world. In lending, it sounds like there is, but it was a cost that there are a lot of hidden, I don't even think they're hidden costs. They're just not costs that a lot of agents factor in when they make decisions to get into this field, because we've talked multiple times about how there's a low bar of entry to get into our line of work, and I hate saying it, but it's just the facts. So that appealingness, especially when the rates were low, it's like, dude, I could get $1,000, $2,000 to get my real estate license and start my business, and I can just sell 5-6 homes, make a ton of money, and then they hit the realization of like, that's cool, you make the money, but you've got to pay taxes, you've got to pay for your marketing, you've got to pay for everything else that comes along with the stuff. So I think that's where a lot of agents at least get into a lot of trouble, is they think that they see the profit margin right away when you sell a house, the commission structure or whatever they charge, and then they forget that a lot of that's going to be gone by the time you pay everything off. And that's what we had to realize, is like, I know people think that real estate agents get paid a lot of money, and I'm not saying we don't. Some agents deserve it, some agents don't. But there's a lot. It's running a business. I think both agents and buyers and sellers don't see agents as like they have to run a business. They're like, oh, look at their commission. Right. Because it's very rare and I'm thinking out loud here, I think it's very rare for people to see someone run a business and see their profit or see their pay. And in real estate, it's very in front of your face that here's what I'm paying you for this. And so I think people can see that and say, well, I'm paying you a lot of money. What are you,
Right.
why do I pay you this much money? And
Sure.
so they don't factor in all the stuff that running a business takes a lot of money.
Yeah. And I think something that gets overlooked too with a lot of that is real estate, anything, right? The amount of time that you put into it too,
Yes.
right? Like your normal 8 to 5, you clock in, you clock out, you get paid, everything's safe feeling, right?
Yep.
When you're self-employed, whatever it is, I mean, you talk to people that are contractors or anything else, and it's like they're working all day and all night. Even when they're home, they're like, all right, kids are in bed, I got to get caught up on this stuff, because you don't have a lot of that support. And if you do, you're paying for them, which means that you got to get even more in there. And it's just like, I think there's such a comfort with being an employee and not having to deal with all that. If you're short staffed, cool. Hey, let's see if the company can hire another person.
For sure.
When it's on you, you're like, all right, now I have to bring in this much more business to justify this helper to make it work, I just pack my day. And there's a lot that goes into it that I think it does get overlooked.
And I think that and this isn't meant to be a podcast on complaining that people, you're paying us a lot of money. And look how poor we have it and how hard we have it. That's not it. It's more for, I think this personal talk is to be more for agents or people that are in this industry to know what they're getting into. I do think we're compensated well. I don't know lending compensation, so I can't speak for you, but I know we're compensated well. But I do also know that we personally work very hard to earn that money. And one of the hidden things we can talk about is that time. Like you have freedom with your business, but with that freedom comes a lot of I guess either you have to have a lot of discipline or accept that you're working a lot. We don't have these, we have some agents in this world that are like, I'm like a lawyer, I only work 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. It's like, okay, come on, you're not a lawyer, so and you're not a doctor, and they do all these things of like, your accountant doesn't work all hours of the night. I'm like, well, you're not an accountant, so we don't buy into that thing. We're available for clients. I know you are, and that's why you and I get along really well in a sale, is that we're available. Like we just have to be. We want to be. It's like when clients need us, they need us, and they're not waiting around till the following morning at 9 o'clock. So what comes with that, the hidden things of running your own shop, is deciding what you want to be as a business owner. And we decided that you're available at least all the time, all the time. And there's more nights than not that you're, the kids go to bed and you're like, okay, I got to do this really quick, or I got to get on this phone call, or you're at dinner and someone calls, you're like, I got to take it because they need. These are the biggest transaction of their life. So that's what Christine and I bought into, of like, we may think it may not need direct attention, but this is their largest purchase they're going to make, or largest sale they're going to make, and we need to be the clients that earn that. But what comes with that is a lot of time. So,
and sometimes those conversations are just 2 minutes or 5 minutes.
For sure.
But to that point, if you're not, then they're either going to become frustrated, or they're going to go somewhere else.
For sure.
So that's another part too, like in that same kind of element of time. I know you don't get vacation time.
No.
I don't get vacation time, because we have that flexibility to go, we're just commission only. So if I choose to be gone for 3 weeks,
I can take a month off
out of the country, that's
cool.
Fine, go for it, right?
You're not getting paid for it.
Yes, you're not getting paid for it. And if I don't answer my phone and get back to people, they're going to move on to the next person. So I think there's also that factor too, self-employment across the board, but especially in the real estate side. It's a quick, there need to be answers quickly.
And it's expected.
It's expected, right.
And I don't think they shouldn't expect it.
Right.
And that's why working with you and working with your company is like, we need people that respond like we do. Like that, and I don't want to work with a lender that's, oh, it's Saturday, I'll see you on Monday. I'm like, it's not how this works.
It doesn't work very well.
That's not how this works. One of the stresses that I would say, that before I forget it, that you probably factor the same thing in, is the stress that you take on for each client.
Oh man.
Like it's I was not prepared for how personally you take each transaction. And I know that people like try to teach you, it's not just move on. This is just a transaction. And it's like, we've gotten better at it, but man, the stress of like a client that is struggling with this, or almost the deal's about to fail, or the inspection's not going well, or they didn't get an offer accepted, or they didn't, like everything. I didn't realize how much I take personally
Yeah.
with them. Like
Right.
it kind of you either enjoy the experience that they're having or you're dying with the experience they're
Yes.
having. So I don't know if it's probably
Yeah.
even more so in the lending because the stress involved with the numbers and the whether things work out. But that's something that people don't tell you about is that you're going to take on your client's stress.
And I really struggle with it. And I've always struggled with it because like you, I take it personal, even though I know it's not personal. And I'll even have people tell me, like, I'm not frustrated with you. Yeah. I'm just frustrated with the process. Like, I thought we had this or that or whatever it is. And it's like, it's like a gut punch because even though it might not have anything to do with me personally or something that I did, but it's like whenever you sense that frustration of some kind or the stress level, I'm like, man, you try to make it as smooth and good of a process as possible.
For sure.
So when it feels like it's not, it makes it challenging because, we're in a position where we're gaining clients by having a good reputation, doing a good job, getting referrals down the road. So I think that plays into it as well, where it's like, I want to be the best possible lender for them.
For sure.
And if I'm not, then I feel like, oh man, not only was that tough,
what could I have done?
But what could I potentially be missing from this down the road? And a lot of times, you probably run into this too. You follow up with people afterwards, whatever happened. And a month goes by and you check in and it's like, everything's good. We're happy. It was a stressful time, but we made it and thank you so much. But in the moment, I'm like,
that's the common. I think that's more common the case as you talk a few weeks later. Because in the heat of it, it's very difficult, especially in the lending world with the numbers. We have contractual stuff and things like that we have to keep straight, and the negotiations for inspections and things like that could go south. But, in the lending world, it's like, it's tough, man. It's because I indirectly hear from clients of like, why can't we do this? Why can't this happen? Why can't this happen? And
you probably hear all the venting side of it.
Cody sucks. Like, why is he doing this?
Why does he keep asking for this stuff?
No, but especially in your world, of not being able to provide. Like you were saying, is not being able to provide maybe the loan that they wanted or the terms that they wanted. And you're like, it's just a frustration, and you really personalize each thing. So
and things change quickly with stuff too. So it's I think that's one of the challenges. Definitely is trying to balance that.
For sure,
because I think it's a good thing that shows that we care.
Yeah.
But it's also, sometimes I think we wear too much of it.
Absolutely.
And it's like, my wife will bring it up to me all the time if I'm like, oh man, this loans, it's challenge or whatever. And she's like, well, is it something that you did?
Yeah.
I'm like, no. And she's like,
well, move on.
Yeah.
She's like, I cannot do that.
Yeah. Why are you why are you stressing about it then? Like, you didn't do anything. I'm like, I know, but I still I want to be able to fix it. Sure. And so.
No, I think that's something that people, that we were never told of that. And maybe I was told that, I just never thought it. I'd be like, it's fine. Like, and coming from the police world, it was like, it's obviously a different stress, but it's still a similar stress. So
sure.
I think that, I don't know if it's a hidden thing and along that lines of the stress of just, I think that there have been more nights in law enforcement, you have those times that, are very scary.
Yeah.
And then you can go to sleep, or maybe you kind of think about it that night. But there's more times that I'm up, it's always between 3 or 4. I'm up, and I'll hit it, and I'll be like, did I do this? Or do I need to do this for my client?
Yeah.
Or I need to talk to him about this. And then you're there. That's a normal thing in running your own shop. I don't think it's unique to lending or real estate. I think that's any business that they don't tell you about is like a lot of sleepless nights.
On your mind 24/7.
A lot of sleepless nights that you're going to have.
It's such a different experience, right? Because when you're an employee, and I say that in the sense of like, you go to work and you just do your job and clock out and you go home and you don't have to really carry any of that stress. In the big picture, at the end of the day, I don't really care. I did my job and that's all that matters.
Yep.
I think from the more self-employed side, and I'll include the lending side in there too. It's like you wear it with you all the time, and that stress, it just never goes away. And I think that's one thing that's always kind of pushed me and motivated me with the industry and the business is that it's never boring. It's never the same thing over and over. It's like something's constantly changing.
You would think it would be. Right. Based on it's a house sale. But
exactly.
It's surprising, because Christina's mom said the same thing. She's like, every time you'll learn something from every transaction.
Yes.
I was like, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Like, gotcha. It's like a house sale. But it truly is, because you're dealing with like, it is the typical home sale, but you're dealing with two different personalities each time, buyer, seller. You're dealing with an agent that you might not have worked with. You might, It's like, and the home has issues. Like there's literally everything. Terms of their contract, firing, they get fired halfway through. There's like everything that happens that I now realize that.
I know.
That you learn something new every time.
And you also get to this point where it's like, there's never a level of satisfaction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's always chasing.
True.
You're always chasing. And you can appreciate it for like a day or two or something. You're like, okay, what do I have for next month? What's my next deal going on? Cool. So it's like, it's like these athletes, right? Where it's like they won their conference championship. Well, what's next? Well, just taking it one game at a time, right? Like, can't be too happy right now. And that's how it always feels.
I know.
Like
we're athletes.
Yeah, you can.
We're basically star athletes. Very average. You can compare NFL Super Bowl teams to us in the same
neck and neck.
No, but it's true. There's an unsettledness that you have to be okay being unsettled. Yeah. There is never, and it's not like, oh, we're just greedy, or oh, we're just you're just always looking for more money or more whatever. It's like, no, we're just looking for the next pay. Like we're looking to support our family and have a normal life. Like because you can never feel. We always are wondering, like, what's the point? What's the number of homes? What's the GCI? What will be that point where we're just sitting back, like, cool,
right?
Like, we got, and it's never coming.
No,
and it's not because it's greed. It's a matter of survival. It taps into a survival mode that you just never thought you needed to have. That you're like, you could have, like, probably same thing. We could have 7 deals going on and closing this month, and it wouldn't be like, dude, this is amazing. It would be, this is amazing. Yes. But okay, next month, what do we have?
Exactly.
Because it might not come ever again. Yeah. And always that kind of like fear of that it's not going to happen again. Like it may never come. Like
and I think that was part of the problem, with 2020, 21, those markets where it was just hot, no matter who you were, no matter what was going on. There became that level of comfort because whether you were doing everything you should have been doing or not, business was still coming
just
in.
Pouring in.
So I think there's a time where you do kind of relax and go, hey, maybe I got this thing figured out.
Life. Yeah.
And then everything shifts.
I think with time you realize that's not the case. Like as you get more in the business, you realize that's never going to happen because those times, you're now like, those times are going to end. Yes. Even if you're in it, you're like, when is next month going to change? And so I think that's good. Yeah. Because you kind of prepare. I think when you're newer, you don't prepare as much, and you're just, oh man, I'm making money. Let's buy the car. Let's do that. Oh man, right? Because this can never end. I'm getting so many clients. I'm so good at what I do. Yes, yes. I was made for this. Clearly. And then you get hits you really hard. You're like, nah, that's not the case. But that's a stress that I don't think people, or a thing that people don't really talk about. Either, that never being content, never feeling content. And I don't know if that's healthy or not. I think it's healthy to run a business that way. Right. But as a person, it's very difficult. Right. Because you don't go on vacation. Even if you have you're like, I got the money, I got the deals, I got whatever. You go on vacation and you're like, you're still. Yeah. Like, dude, if I just take off truly, don't respond to clients. Right. What's going to happen? How far is that going to set me back? Absolutely. Yeah. So it's not easy running your own shop. No, it's not. But the freedom that comes with it. And that is like, there's no price tag. There's no price tag that you can put on being with your family whenever you need to be. Going on this, like if you family out of state, if you need to go take care of someone, or if you need to go do something, that restriction for me was very, it was very tough for me to do. Yeah. That restriction of like an 8 to 5 or a 4-10s, and you had to ask for it off, and you had to sick leave to do this. I was like, that was so like, I guess, claustrophobic to me. Sure. Yeah. That the freedom, even if I'm waking up struggling about where the next paycheck is going to come in, I do have to like sometimes think like at the kids' practices and the things. I'm like, I get to do this, whereas some parents don't get to do this. Monday, President's Day, Rory had a tournament, another basketball tournament, because it was like the official holiday. It's like, think about how many people have to go to work. They don't have the choice to do anything different. And I get the choice to say, okay, I'm going to go to his game. So just really, that's, I think, freeing. Yeah. Well, and we've talked about it just recently too, but like that to me, as our kids get older, that really carries more and more weight. For sure. Where it's like, man, I can,
once my kids in another 10 years, 15 years, say, all three of them in theory would be out of the house.
Yeah,
and it's like, I would have as much time as I wanted to devote my whole life to working. But until then, it sure is nice to be able to have those opportunities to jump in and help coach, or be able to, coordinate with your wife on picking up a kid or taking them to wherever. And it's like, that carries, if there wasn't the flexibility with that, there are days where I would probably be like, I'm ready to just find a job where I can just clock in and clock out. Because I could probably find something that pays close enough to the
There's
same.
still like the grass is always greener. Still, you're like, you see all your friends that I still have buddies in police work. They're like, we got this much overtime and blah, blah. I'm like, there's a slight thing of like, this sounds nice to just have a steady thing, but it just ends up, no, I'm not doing that.
But then you're tied to the clock.
Yeah, for sure. And I think finally I would say, it's not even hidden. Maybe none of these are hidden, but to pay attention to is the retirement. A lot of agents I've seen go until they can't go anymore because they have to, maybe they want to, but retirement is, again, like health insurance and life insurance. No one's putting into your retirement anymore.
Right.
And so it wasn't a wake-up call, but it was something that we had to consider, and we still have to consider every day and every paycheck to say, what are we going to put, if anything, into our retirement each month, year, whatever it is, because it's on you.
It is.
We don't have to. We can save the money and not put into retirement and use it to do whatever. But come when I'm 65, am I going to be done? So it's just something like that we had to kind of really prepare for and plan for is retirement. I don't know if you guys get a retirement with residential or get some sort of
just a 401k.
Okay.
So they manage a plan. So
they have something.
They'll match to up to a certain percent.
That's good.
So you get a little bit of that extra incentive to put in at least as much as what they're going to match.
I wish real estate would do that. I wish real estate brokerages.
I know, right?
Just something.
Yeah, and I feel like that would be a real struggle.
Yeah.
With the self-employed, the truly self-employed side of things.
Yeah.
Because that's hard unless you have
for sure.
Couple great months in a row and you're like, all right, we can kind of stash some of this over there. If it's just steady but not great.
Yeah, you're always just kind of playing.
You're always like, maybe next month. But then, man, time just flies and you look at it and go, oh, man, if I want to retire in 10 years or 15 years. And I've had conversations with borrowers like that. And it's like, it's kind of heartbreaking. Yeah. When they're like 65 and they're still having to work a part-time job and scraping by on Social Security. And they're kicking themselves. They're like, I wish I would have done some type of retirement, and you hear people say it all the time, do it while you're young, and you're like,
okay.
Yeah. That's like 100 years from now. No, I'm good.
Yeah. I'm not ready to die yet. Thank you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. That's something. And again, it's, I think where agents fail is like, they don't factor those things in when they first start out.
Yeah.
Like they're attracted to that GCI, which is the gross commission that you make on a sale. And then it's like, once you line item what you have to pay for, it doesn't turn out to be as much as you think.
No. Yeah.
So, but still worthwhile. But yeah, retirement is one of those hidden things that I think that we got in front of it in the front end, but it's like, yeah, it's something that can easily be forgotten, especially if you started this career younger, that you're like, oh yeah, I'll get to retirement down the road. But get on that faster.
Yeah. And I think that, another one that maybe isn't necessarily hidden, but like when you're needing to grow, right? You kind of got things figured out. You've started a baseline.
Yeah.
Well, now in order to grow, you either need to market more or you need to bring on some help because, hey, things are going better than I was expecting. But now I can't do all these jobs, so how can I capitalize on some of these other jobs that I'm doing or opportunities? And then you're looking at hiring employees
and what
or
that costs,
the marketing costs and going, oh man,
growth comes at a cost. And that's, again, people don't realize that, you continue to get these clients, get these whatever. It's like, but what comes with that is actually a cost associated with growth. And like, if you've watched a Shark Tank at all, you can see that they talk about that. Like, oh, we've grossed, so many millions. And it's like, they're losing money because they have to keep up with what success they have. So that's something.
Yeah. It's not as if like stuff just falls in your lap and you're like, oh, check my email today and I got bunch of new business.
Yeah, tons more marketing goes into it. Like we've noticed that we've been growing, thankfully, a lot. And it's like, but what comes with that is a lot more marketing and a lot more marketing budget and things like that.
Yeah.
So you start to see that profit loss. You're like, geez, Louise.
Right?
Like, yeah.
But and then you set that standard.
I know.
And then you sell that
and then you
standard.
keep going.
And then
yeah.
you're like, well, now
and
I'm
you
kind
keep
of
going. But that's good. It's just like, just not.
Holds you accountable.
You got to factor that in because you're not just going to be able to just call your buddy and, eight out of 10 buddies are going to be like, yeah, we want to sell with you. Like, you made 8 calls and, made 10 calls, got eight sellers, and you're good to go. So,
like, Joe, I wasn't planning on selling, but now that you called me,
you sound like a nice guy. Well, I think that's it, man.
Yeah.
So it's good to talk to you in person.
Dude,
I think we're finally maybe used to it a little bit.
It's like a Make-A-Wish thing.
I guess next week we'll probably be back at the remote unless we want to
Back in our little
find someone
dungeons.
else's beautiful home we can go with.
Yeah, if you want to volunteer a home for us,
just call us.
Know.
We're totally willing to come to your house and record there. So no, it's good to see you, man. Thank you for the talk. And you guys like and subscribe, download, head over to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all the stuff.
Yeah.
If you want to keep up with what Cody and I are doing. But until then, we'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah.
See ya.
See ya.